capstone research titled Office of the Municipal Engineer installed Infrastructure Project Monitoring System. So I'm here together with my team members. I'm Jesus Jose Gabriel PC.
I am Diwat Bisan Jiwal PC.
Nalasa entry.
Ay, parang mag-hearing.
So next is our client is the Office of the Municipal Engineer or the OME of San Ildefonso, Bulacan. Now the outline, which is the content of our presentation, is first is the introduction, the general objective and the specific objectives, the scope and limitation of the study, specifications and methodology. So here in introduction, the OME Infrastructure Project Monitoring System is a web-based system. Our web-based platform designed to replace traditional tracking methods and improve how infrastructure projects are monitored. It features a central database for key project information such as project name, location, budget, contractor, and timeline stored managed in an organized manner. So next, to discuss the general objective, may I have Ms. Ison.
So for the general objective is to develop a web-based infrastructure project monitoring system for Office of the Municipal Engineer. So this system aims to enhance the efficiency in project tracking, improve data transparency, and strengthen the accountability in the implementation of the municipal infrastructure projects. Simply put, the goal is to provide OME with a digital platform where all the project information is organized, updated, and monitored properly. So for the specific objectives is to design and develop a centralized database that will store essential project details such as project name, location, budget, contractor, and timeline. So this includes the project name, location, as well as the contractor information and the project timeline. Having a centralized database ensures that all the information is organized, updated, and easily accessible to authorized persons. So number 2 is to implement project monitoring feature that will allow the staff to update project milestones, upload field reports, and provide progress in real time. When we say real time, this ensures that the progress updates are accurate and based on actual field conditions. Number 3 is accountability through documentation and audit trail. Third is to enforce accountability in the project updates. The system requires supporting documentations, and it also maintains an audit trail that renders who made the update and when it was done. So it is a brief history. And number 4, for the next slide, to create a public-facing dashboard. It is to enhance the transparency from the public. So to create a public-facing dashboard designed for transparency, this dashboard presents updated project information that citizens can view anytime, allowing them to see project status, accomplishments, and timelines. And number 5 is to apply rule-based access and the security. It has a different level of access, and this ensures that the sensitive information is protected and only authorized individuals can retrieve. And number 6 is to evaluate systems functionality and usability through testing and feedback. Lastly, it is to evaluate the system through testing and feedback from all staff and target end users. This helps ensure the system is user-friendly, reliable, and suitable for their actual workflow. Next, we will proceed to the scope and limitations that will be presented by Ms. Index.
Now let's discuss the scope of the system. The proposed system will be specifically on managing and monitoring the macro project of Office of Municipal Engineer in San Ildefonso. Then it will be implemented entirely within the OME separate of our function include managing detailed project information, tracking project progress in real time, providing a public dashboard to transparency for experience, allowing authorized personnel, engineering staff, to update and monitor projects as they move forward the track. In essence, this system is built to be an internal management tool and serves as a window for transparency on our citizens. Now, the access. Only office staff can manage the records. Public dashboard is only view only, but the feedback option for communicating to the system as a web-based system requires a stable internet connection and has no operability capabilities. Data accuracy is limited on common staff only, dependent on common staff. Advanced features such as GIS map mapping, IoT integration, or a dedicated mobile app are outside the scope of this version. Long-term sustainability or license government support and next methodology we discussed with Mr.
For our methodology, we are using the Agile method. Agile is a development approach that focuses on flexibility, continuous improvement, and collaboration. In the context of our OME infrastructure project monitoring system, this means we will be working in small, manageable phases. Each phase involves planning, designing, developing, and testing parts of the system. After every cycle, we gather feedback from OME staff, make adjustments, and then move to the next iteration. This ensures that the system is built gradually but effectively, allowing us to respond quickly to changes, refine features, and continuously improve the system based on real needs. Ultimately, Agile helps us deliver a more accurate, user-centered, and efficient monitoring system.
Now, the requirement specification.
So I will present the purpose and the role. So this overall purpose of the infrastructure project monitoring system is to provide and to improve the effectiveness, accountability, and transparency of OME project management. So by transitioning from processes to digital monitoring, the office can manage process more efficiently. Number 2 is to provide a real-time web-based platform to record, track, and update the municipal infrastructure projects. This allows to update information anytime, anywhere, especially during field work. And lastly, to foster public trust through transparency. The public-facing dashboard gives the citizens access to important project information such as status, timelines, progress, updates, and project expenditures. This creates a more open and transparent relationship between the local government and its constituents. For the next slide, will be presented by Mr. Dixon.
Let's start with functional requirements. The system must store project details, project name, location, budget, contractor, and timeline. It should allow engineers and staff to update key milestones, upload supporting reports, photos, and provide real-time progress updates. Enforce accountability to monitor supporting documents, audit trails, and role-based approval workflows. Provide a public-facing dashboard to promote transparency by displaying project status, timeline, and expenditure. Implement a robust role-based access control for administrator, engineers, and public officials. Non-functional requirements. Web-based requires a stable internet connection, accessible on desktop devices, limited to municipal project and and as discussed earlier, it does not include GIS mapping, IoT integration, or high functionality for projects with added hardware selection. As a web-based system, it doesn't require high hardware as mainly the local database environment.
Okay na yan? Next na. So, moving on, for our ERD, this diagram shows how all the data, hindi po mababasa ng maayos.
Malaki po ba? Sobrang laki po ng database.
Hindi ibig sabihin ba ID lang nakalagay?
Ano po, ano po siya, ano na po, dapat
Minimize na po.
i-compress na po para po lalo siya magkaya sa script.
Ay, hindi, ibig sabihin, asan yung talagang picture niya? Yung may dagdag na nakalagay sa baba. Ano yung nakalagay dyan sa ID?
Yung mga nakalagay na.
Oo, puro ID lang na nakalagay. Yan, ganyan. Yun.
So, this diagram shows how all the data infrastructure Ayaw nga. This diagram shows how all the data in the infrastructure project monitoring system is organized and connected. At the center of the diagram, we have the projects table. Because all other modules resolve around an infrastructure project, every other table is connected to projects, meaning they store details, documents, reports, updates, and evaluations related to a specific project. The database is organized into several functional groups. The central entity, which I have said, is the project table. This is the main table because every infrastructure project, for example, road, bridge, building, and etc., is stored here. Other tables link to this one because they provide additional details or documentation about each project. Think of it as the parent of the entire system. For the next functional group, user management. Users. This table stores all the system users, admin, engineers, and staff. It likely includes username, password, role, and contact info. It is linked to projects or updates depending on who created or updated them. The next functional group is the feasibility study module. Feasibility studies table contains feasibility study data for each project. Connected to projects, one project may have one or more feasibility studies. FS documents. This stores uploaded feasibility study files such as PDFs, images, or technical documents. Linked to feasibility studies, meaning multiple documents can be uploaded per study. This module supports the pre-project evaluation and approval phase. For the project documentation module, this is where the project documents, this is where it stores official documents related to the project. For example, MOA, permits, and contracts. It is linked to projects. Project photos, it's a gallery of photos per project commonly used for documentation and transparency. Completion reports stores official completion reports once the project is finished. Project monitoring module, this is where progress updates are, update attachments, and this includes date, remarks, milestone updates, and status. It also includes files or photos attached to a specific progress update, linked to progress updates not directly to projects. Allows multiple attachments for every update. This module supports real-time field monitoring. For our project performance and status module, this is where the project delay is, project evaluations, and life cycle phases. So, the project delays, this is where the system records delay reasons, duration, and causes. It helps OME evaluate project slippage. For project evaluations, this is where it stores evaluation results during or after project completion. Used to access contractor performance or quality of input. Life cycle phases represents construction phases, which is planning, procurement, implementation, and completion. Tracks project movement through phases. For the second to the last module, this is the financial monitoring. Budget tracking. Stores budget usage, allocations, spending, or updates. Helps ensure financial accountability and transparency. For the last, public transparency module, public feedback. Stores feedback or reports submitted by citizens through the public dashboard. Helps increase community involvement and transparency. The purpose of this structure is to make sure that all information related to a project update is properly organized and easy to retrieve. It also helps maintain data accuracy and makes the system more efficient by tracking the progress of infrastructure projects. For the data flow diagram, this diagram shows the main processes that the admin is responsible for inside the system. As you can see, the admin interacts with two key functions. The first is manage users, which is responsible for handling login authentication, user roles, and account registration. And the second one is review projects, which allows the admin to check project information, verify progress updates, and monitor the overall status of infrastructure projects. This clearly makes clear how the admin engages with the system and what specific tasks they handle. It helps us understand the flow of actions and responsibility assigned to this user role, ensuring that the system remains secure, organized, and well managed.